Hi, yo, what's up guys? It's Riley. Today I'm going to be installing a Walbro 255 and the bigger Z32 fuel filter. It's just better because there's going to be a lot more fuel flow with the 740cc injectors, and of course the bigger fuel pump. So this is like $20 at Advance, that's where I got it at. And then the Walbro 255 is like around $100 on FR Sport, and it comes with the harness and the entire install kit with the strainer and everything. So let's jump into it. Alright, so of course the first step is going to be to disconnect your battery, just because we're working with electrical stuff. And I'm going to be doing a few other things that I wouldn't really want the battery connected for either. So that's going to be the first step. Alright, so now that that's done, and go ahead and lift up the carpet and get closer to the fuel pump. Alright, next up is just to remove this initial cover and this part right here. So I got a 10mm socket and then a Phillips head screwdriver, and it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to see because I can't really get the carpet up over my battery just the way I relocated it. So just bear with me here. Basically, the first thing you're going to want to do is spray all this down and make sure that the cap is clean, because you don't want any of these contaminants getting in the fuel tank, because that'll just damage all these new fuel components you're putting in. So the next step is going to be, one of these is your fuel feed and the other one's the return. I don't really know which is which, but you just got to keep track of which one's on the left and which one's on the right. That's all that really matters. So one thing I forgot to mention, you should probably open up your gas cap over here, just to let out some of the pressure in the fuel system. So I forgot to do that, and quite a bit of fuel came out, but I mean it's only as much as is in the line. So I'm gonna take this 8mm and loosen the, what is it, maybe like 6 or 8 bolts around here. That way I can pull out the fuel pump. Alright guys, now this whole thing is ready to come out. Just make sure you're not about to drop anything into the fuel tank, and then go ahead and pull it out. You may have to kind of wiggle it around to get the fuel pump and the strainer around the little section that it is in the fuel tank, but shouldn't be too difficult to get it out. This is the old fuel pump draining out there, real nice. I'm gonna get started by removing these two little clamps here, and I guess this wiring here, is that a harness? Alright, so next up I guess I'm gonna take off these screws for the negative and power wires. There we go. Finally. Alright. Now we got the harness for the Walbro. Yeah, so I was thinking about this earlier, but I should have taken out the fuel pump fuse and started the car to let the fuel get out of the lines, but oh well, I forgot about it. So it looks like we're going to start off by taking off these caps. The fuel pump strainer will go on the bottom here. Alright, and then there's a little clip right here that'll just slide on and kind of lock it in place. Make sure it's on there all the way, and that should hold your fuel pump strainer in place there. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this harness here, and I'm going to snip both of these and just match them up, red to red, black to black, and solder them, and then put some heat shrink over top just so that they stay nice and clean. And then I'll be able to plug this harness into the Walbro and pretty much just bolt everything up, and it'll be good. Alright, so it's been a few days because I've been working, but I just pulled out the 10 amp fuel pump fuse here so that I can get all the fuel out of the system before I replace the OEM fuel filter with the Z32 one, because I don't want fuel to get all over the floor like it did with the fuel pump. I guess all the fuel's already out of the lines from whenever I did the fuel pump. Yeah, it just slides out like that, and then there's a hose clamp on the top and the bottom, and then I'll just put on the big boy Z32 fuel filter. Dude, there's so much gas in here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get you guys a little size comparison here. This is for the twin turbo 300ZX. So it's much bigger. It's going to be able to clean a lot more fuel that goes through there. And then this is just the OEM KA fuel filter. It's really tiny. So whenever I'm adding the bigger fuel pump and the bigger injectors, of course I got to go with the bigger fuel filter. I just got maybe the relay in this huge box for a tiny little Bosch relay. If you guys want the fuel pump to constantly deliver the same power, you're gonna have to get one of these Bosch 5-prong relays. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot about it. Basically, if you don't have a relay and you're running a bigger fuel pump, the power can kind of fluctuate, and you might end up running lean. This is like 10 bucks on Amazon Prime. It got here in 2 days. I'll put the link down in the description. But the harness for it, there's a universal harness that you need to. It's not going to get here until tomorrow. So this part of the video is probably going to be a separate part along with the Killswitch, because I don't want people stealing my car once it's done. So stay tuned for that video, but I'll put all this info down in the description below, and I'll link the new video whenever it's done too. Yo, what's up guys, it's Riley. Today I'm going to teach you how to wire in teach myself actually, how to wire in a Bosch relay with the pigtail for a Walbro 255 or any oversized fuel pump for a 240Sx. This is for the S13, so I don't think it's the same. It might be similar on an S14, but I've never done this before. I'm new to wiring, so I'm just gonna really follow some diagrams online and try to get everything right. But I'm also gonna do a kill switch, so I don't know, we'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping it's gonna be good, but we'll find out. Alright, so this is everything I think you're gonna need for the job. We got some wire crimpers and strippers. This is only if you're gonna be doing the kill switch. I got some 14 gauge wire, and the switch itself, just a little one that's you can hide it really well out of the way. This is just some of the stuff my dad had laying around. This terminal set so that you can slide these over for the ground and set it up under the bolt there. Of course I have the Bosch relay itself. Let me see if I can focus on that for you guys. It's kind of hard with the lighting. It's a 5-pin relay. I think it was like 10 bucks. And then this is just a random 12-volt pigtail that came with it, or actually I ordered it separate, but fits just fine. And then I have some of these heat shrink 14 to 16 gauge connections, some fuses. I think I'm going to use 15 amp for the switch and maybe 30 amp for the relay. Gotta check the form still, but I also have this inline fuse right here. I forgot to mention some side cuts and some electrical tape just in case. So basically I'm going to start off by kind of cutting down this rubber cover here for the wires so that I can expose more of the wires. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, you're going to want to find this wire here. It's the white and purple one. That's the hot wire, the power wire for the fuel pump. There's also this
red and blue wire here, which is the ground. Those are the only two wires you're going to need to snip for the relay itself, and everything else is going to get attached to a ground or to the battery. So my bro over at Southern Hooning has a really good like diagram in his video, so I'm going to put it up right here. That way you guys get a good understanding. So if you guys are interested in the KAT build and you guys are thinking about doing one yourself, be sure to go over and check out Southern Hooning. He's a pretty small channel. I mean, he's much bigger than me, but you know, he's got like, forget how many, he's got to have at least 10,000 subscribers. Really cool guy. If you guys have any questions, he's always down to answer you guys on social media. He replies to me like almost within the same day every time. But he built his own 350 horsepower KA. He's kind of what inspired me to do my own. So he has in-depth videos of building the engine and everything. Even he has a video even for this hot wire for the fuel pump. So I'm basically doing everything he did, but just put my own personal twist on it. So be sure to go check him out. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and snip the power wire. Give myself enough room to work with on each side with the wire. So I'll go ahead and snip that one. And then I'm also going to snip the blue and red wire, but I'm making sure that I have enough room to bring it over here onto the ground. So that right there should be fine. So I'm gonna crimp one of these little connections on here that's big enough to go over underneath this bolt. Oh, okay. I'm gonna crimp that on the blue and red wire, and that'll be for the ground. Just that's on there real good, and that'll go to the ground right there. It took me so long to figure this out. All the numbers for these different prongs are labeled right on the bottom of the relay itself. So this is like kind of confusing up here. That's just like a diagram of how the energy is going to flow through it, I guess. But if you look at the bottom and just match it up with the prongs, you're able to write a list of which one is which, so that's going to be helpful. 85, 30, 87, and 86 are all going to get stripped, and then we can get rid of the one in the middle. But I'm going to leave enough just in case. So just going to get that out of sight, out of mind, and then I'm going to strip the rest of these. So since I don't have the luxury of having a long pigtail, basically what I'm going to do is take some of this 14 gauge wire, kind of splice them together there. If you can, just buy a longer pigtail, because this is really just a pain for no reason. Okay, so next step is we're going to take our pin 85, which for me is the black one, and that one is going to be the chassis ground. So, alright, so that's on there real good. And that one's going to be going to the chassis ground along with the blue and red wire. Alright guys, so what's up? It's a new day. My allergies are really bad, so that's why my voice sounds weird, but I'm going to continue on the relay for the fuel pump. The next step is going to be for, well, I'm going to do everything before I do the power from the battery, because I'm going to run the Killswitch. So the next step for me is going to be pin 87 to the fuel pump power. So for me that's this blue one, and it's going to go to the white and purple. So that's on there real good. Alright, so the next step is we're going to take pin 86, which is the white for me, and connect it to the other half of the white and blue power. So this is the power that, or the signal that would be sent to the ECU from the fuel pump. Alright guys, so I got my relay all wired up here. I just need to put a screw in there to keep it out of the way.
this little ground here, I guess you just tape it off. There's not really a point for it anymore since you have a ground going straight from the relay to the chassis and straight from the fuel pump to the chassis. So it's basically just useless. So you can just tie that off. But I have this red cable right here, or this red wire. I think it's 12 gauge. It runs all the way up to my my toggle switch or my kill switch, and then it comes back and it has a 15 amp fuse in line, ATM. I don't know if that really matters, but it connects to the battery terminal right there. So I just took out the battery and I'm gonna test it out, see if everything works. Listen for the fuel pump to prime. There we go, fuel pump is primed. Alright, everything's looking good. So now I'm gonna turn off the car and turn off my kill switch, flip it to the off position, and try it again. Let's see if it even primes. So the fuel pump doesn't look like it primes, so that's just my starter. So that's sweet. Flip it back on. Awesome. Alright, thanks for watching this video, guys. The camera is about to die. Just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys following the build, and I'm sorry it's taken so long to get videos out. I've been super busy with school, and my car is down right now with a blown power steering rack, but I'm putting another one in. Hopefully everything will be squared away soon, and I'll get more videos your way. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Peace out.